What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Boundless Perception YouTube channel. And today we're going to talk a bit about small edits make huge differences. Specifically, changing cosplay pictures from what they were to what you see on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever have you. Usually people think that a lot of changes are needed, need to be made in order to make a picture go from terrible to great or just not so good to amazing. And a lot of times it's actually just a few tweaks and just a minor thing. So we're going to look at what those things are today. So let's check it out. So starting off, I'm gonna look at 5 pictures that I've taken that I really love and always seem to come back to for some reason. Well, I guess because I love them. I did not make tons of changes, as you guys will see, to these pictures to what I released on Instagram. It was literally just a few things, and I was like, you know what, that's all we're gonna do. Because sometimes, especially if you work in Photoshop or if you work in Lightroom, you'll see the slider, and you can move the slider all over the screen. And once you start getting into the extreme range of things, they don't look good at all. I really was thinking about actually for this video doing a demonstration of what I do on Lightroom and Photoshop, but I'm not that confident just yet. And also I really am still working on OBS Studios, whatever it's called. So that video will follow up one of these days, but for now we can just look at the beginning and the after, before and after. So this picture we have right here that you're seeing on the screen, I'm actually pulling it up on my computer, this picture was taken at MomoCon. The cosplayer, oh my gosh, crazy story. It took me forever to find this cosplayer because I don't think I wrote down her name when I actually took her picture. Or maybe I did, I don't know, it got lost either way and I couldn't find her. I was searching for her for a while, and I don't know, whoever does the MomoCon page actually got involved, found her for me. It was awesome. So that was just like a little, crazy story about that. But her name is _Italiana, Italianna. She's obviously cosplaying as Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok? No, yes, I think it was Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. No, wait. I think it was. Anyways, so this picture that you're seeing on the screen now is the before, and then what you're seeing right here is the after. So there really wasn't that much to do for this picture to get it the way I wanted. I just enhanced the colors. I made the picture overall lighter, smoothed her skin up a little bit, and enhanced like the blues, enhanced the gold on her costume, maybe made the background a little bit more blurry, like nothing crazy. And that was about it for this picture, but the before and the after, at least to me, look worlds apart. The before is obviously a lot darker and the after is a lot lighter, but it's just these small tweaks that really make the picture look so different, and really is what I consider acceptable, makes the picture boundless. And if I had to retake this picture, this picture was taken in MomoCon 2019. I think it was 2019, and I've changed up my style a little bit. There's a few other things I would have done differently, but I really, really love this picture. And every time I'm scrolling through my Instagram or on my blog, I always come across this picture and I just love it. It keeps coming back to me for some reason. I don't know, this is one of them. Maybe also because I just love Thor. I love that movie so much, and I loved her whole character. It was really good, but this is one of the pictures I really love. Also, if you guys just side notice that I tried not to have any hot spots on her. I didn't really do much editing in that manner, but whenever I'm taking the picture and using the good diffusers and the monolight that you saw in the other videos, I'll link that at the end. But I try really hard not to get any hot spots because obviously those don't look good on people. So that was that. Oh, side note, I also darkened the background. I completely forgot about that. I didn't mention that. There's a lot of things that's really coming back to me. I haven't looked at the before picture in a while, and it's all flooding back to me now and everything I did to this. So that is that picture. Let's go on to the next one. This is actually from a recent shoot I did with my girlfriend Asia. You guys can check out that video. I did a whole thing on it too. She was cosplaying as Katara. We did at the NC Art Museum. This one came out of the camera looking great. I really loved the way it came out. There were only a few changes that I made. I made her dress brighter. I made her armbands golder, you know, brighter. I took down a little bit of the highlights on them too because they were really bouncing back the light of the camera very strongly. So I took those down. I also worked on her skin a little bit. I just basically made it a little bit browner, like, you know, I just made it a little bit darker. The background I lightened a little bit. As you can really see when you look at the river of the before and the after, I don't think I did too much else to this picture though. You know, if you guys go to my Instagram, you can see, of course, I'm still new to and working on my cosplay edits, you know, like compilation, but those take forever. I mean, those really take forever. But in comparison, you know, these were only a few changes, and I just like the way that it looks now a lot more than it did before. Also, huge side note, make sure you have a monitor that is suited for viewing the pictures the way they would be viewed on the web. I did a whole video about how I was using this computer to edit, and I retired this one. I just use it now and occasionally for videos, but it was not displaying properly the way things would be displayed on, you know, on your phone or on Instagram on a computer. So I was like seeing one thing here, and then I pull up my phone, I'm like, oh my God, that's not what I did. So that's really important. Just, you know, if you guys are getting into photography of any kind, cosplay, whatever, that's really important. But yeah, that was about all I did for this picture. And once again, I really like the before and I really, really like the after. The next picture was another picture taken at MomoCon. In this picture, I actually used my gels, and this picture, believe it or not, was taken inside MomoCon. I literally just set up on one of the walls, and people, like, fortunately started coming to me. I had some friends who were helping me, and people started crowding in. They were kind of like recruiting, sort of, kind of, but lots of people let me take their picture, and I love that. The cosplayers in this picture are, let me go to the page, Platform Heelys and When Ravens Fall. I absolutely love their cosplays of Calypso and Tyrene, I believe. Let me make sure I got that right. Tyrene cosplay. And, no, I'm sorry. Tyrene and Mad Moxie. I completely had that wrong. So Tyrene and Mad Moxie. I absolutely loved it, loved it, loved it. I'm just kind of like going down memory lane a little bit looking at these pictures because gosh, and Borderlands. Who doesn't like Borderlands? I love that game. I need to play the new one, but I haven't yet. I haven't had time because I've been trying to work on this for you guys. So, but yes, anyways, back to this picture. I loved it. I used my gels. I used obviously the red, and I really tried to make the red gel stand out a little bit from her actual dress because they're both red. It was a little bit difficult, and you know, it came out great. I of course lightened the picture. It was a lot darker. I, of course, up the shadows. I'm trying to remember, it's been so long ago. But just looking at the pictures, oh my gosh, it's like it's world apart on this one. You can really tell the before and the after look completely different. And again, these were minor changes. These were not the huge changes that you see when you do, you know, Photoshop edits and you have all of the pictures that have the lasers and have spaceships and, you know, whatever else, superpowers taking effect. Just a few small changes really made this picture pop a lot. Up the reds, up the blues. That was basically it for this picture. Up the golds, like the yellowish oranges. And that was it. And like the before and the after look worlds apart. But really, really the biggest thing on this one was up in the shadows. Maybe lowering the highlights a bit and upping the contrast and overall upping the overall exposure of the picture. So those are all things that you can do in Lightroom. You know what I'm talking about if you used Lightroom before. If not, don't worry about it. When you know, if you do pick it up one day, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But that was it for that picture. So once again, small changes have huge effects. The next picture I want to take a look at. Let's see, what's a good one? I'm looking through the vaults here. Oh, okay, this one. As you guys know, I absolutely love all things League of Legends. I mean, we have Vi right here, we have Jinx, we have Master Yi. Sorry, you are not from League of Legends. Everybody knows what you are from. But yes, I love it, as you can see. I need to go actually play some games after this. But this picture, again, upping the exposure, making the reds redder, making the blue bluer. And that was basically all there was, you know, a little skin smoothening, and that was about it. I believe I used my nifty 50mm lens to shoot this picture, and that was all there was to it. Of course, I had my huge Godox lights. I had both of them so I could overpower the sun. And that's all there was when it came to editing it. It was, you know, quick, and this picture looks great to me. I always come back to this one too. Every picture I'm showing you, I come back to, and that's why I keep choosing them. I have like a whole folder of just pictures I come back to. I'm like, oh, I can reuse this one again because I know I will like it and it will go great with tons of things. So that's the folder I'm drawing from for this one. Let's see, I showed you this one. Yes, this one. So this picture I recently shot too. It's Mikosha. Oh, I'm so sorry. I almost forgot to mention the cosplayers in that last picture. In the picture that was League of Legends, we had Jinx, was BB Golgi, I believe. And then we had Necromancer, Necromancerr. And unfortunately, I don't have the Katarina. I believe that's her name. Let me make sure. Katarina, yes, I was correct. Yes, I don't have her name, unfortunately. So if any of you guys do know that cosplayer, feel free to tag them, you know, in the comment sections below. Let me know. I would love to go back and add that. But anyways, back on to Mikosha. We did the Casual Storm cosplay shoot in Greensboro at the Greensboro Arboretum. And again, nothing more than, actually, this one I did have to do a few other things. In the camera, I had to make sure, just like I did for all the other pictures, but I didn't have my white balance correct, so I had to do it in post. I had to change the way, like white balance is basically the way light is being perceived by the camera. Anyways, I had to change that in the camera. Had to lighten it too, of course, lower the highlight, lighten the background. Almost all the exact same things I did in the other picture I did here. There was one huge thing I did have to do, which was she had her lanyard hanging out a little bit from her shirt, and I actually had to go into Photoshop and remove that, but that worked out. And that was all there was to this picture. I really, really love this picture. I'm actually supposed to do an edit on this one, or actually maybe another one from the shoot, but I'm gonna do that one for you guys, you know, get her eyes having streaks of lightning flowing through her hands, body, change the background, all that stuff. But I'm still working on those skills because those are new, and Photoshop is an animal, and I've talked to people who've been using Photoshop for 20 plus years, and like they're still learning new things. So that is definitely going to happen with me for Photoshop. Was there another picture that I did not show you guys? I think that was it. So that was just a quick look at the before and after for my images, you know, specifically. Everyone has their own unique style of shooting, their own way that they like pictures to look. Some people like pictures darker, like them lighter. Some like more grain, less grain, whatever have you. This is just my specific style, but it just seems, you know, over the years I've learned that it doesn't take tons and tons of just adjustments to get the picture the way you like it. If, you know, you set your camera up right and you shoot it the way you want, it doesn't take tons and tons of movement on the slider. So just a few movements and we have the pictures you saw here. Anyways, thank you guys so much for taking a walk down memory lane with me as I look through some of these pictures. You know, some of them are much older than others, but either way, it's a walk down memory lane. I hope you guys liked them. Definitely check out my Instagram. As always, like and subscribe. And until next time, stay boundless. See you guys. Bye-bye.